My name's Liam Carter, 32 years old, in March 2021, a team manager at a mid-sized logistics firm in Manchester, England, navigating the chaos of lockdown life. My job was straightforward: keep my team on track, meet client deadlines, and handle small office expenses with a shared purchasing card. Everything was fine until a new hire, Sophie, joined my team. She was all talk, no results, and when I called her out, she hatched a plan to frame me for stealing company funds. She thought she could ruin me and walk away. I turned her scheme against her, got her fired, and sent her a parting gift she'd never forget. This is how I serve justice, hot and satisfying. It all started in late 2020, when Sophie, a fresh-faced 25-year-old straight out of college, joined my team. We were a tight unit, managing client accounts for shipping contracts, working remotely half the time due to COVID restrictions. I prided myself on being fair, supportive when needed, firm when things slipped. Sophie was a chatterbox, always pitching grand ideas but delivering excuses. Clients complained she ignored their emails, missed deadlines, or fumbled basic tasks. Her go-to? Blame the client. "They're so demanding," she'd say, or "my email must have gone to spam." I gave her the benefit of the doubt. New job, tough times, but the pattern held. She'd promise everything was under control, then drop the ball, leaving my team to scramble. By February 2021, it was a problem. After a monthly meeting where yet another client flagged her delays, I called her into a virtual one-on-one. I was direct but professional. "Sophie, your performance is impacting the team. If you're overwhelmed, tell us so we can reallocate resources. We can't keep cleaning up after you." I expected her to take it in stride, maybe ask for help. Instead, she bristled, muttering excuses about unrealistic expectations. I didn't want to micromanage, but I had to act. "No formal action yet," I said, "but let's meet Monday mornings, 10 minutes, to review your week's goals and check if you need support." I kept it light, offering help, not punishment. She nodded, but her eyes screamed resentment. I didn't know it then, but she was already plotting revenge. Part of my role involved a purchasing card, shared with another manager, Rachel, for small office buys or client expenses up to £500. The card lived in our shared office, locked in a drawer we both accessed. It was a privilege with strict rules: office supplies, client lunches, nothing personal. I'd signed an agreement, same as Rachel, and we were meticulous. In early March, during a hectic week, accounts called me about odd purchases on the card: a Photoshop subscription, Uber Eats orders, an HBO Max account. "I didn't make those," I said, confused. "Check with Rachel." They did. She denied it too. I figured it was a glitch, maybe a billing error, and told them to investigate. I had no idea how bad it was about to get. That Friday, my boss, David, summoned me to his office. Virtually, thanks to lockdown, my stomach dropped as he listed the charges: £150 for Photoshop, £80 for Uber Eats, £30 for HBO. "These accounts are in your name, Liam," he said, tied to an email, liam.roll3@ourdomain.com. I felt sick, my mind racing. I'd never seen that email, never made those purchases. David was stern, citing the card agreement, implying I'd abused trust. I was sweating, stammering denials. "I didn't do this," I insisted. "There's a mistake. Can I see the details?" He wasn't convinced, his tone cold. "Sort this out, or we'll have to escalate." I left the call, job hanging by a thread, questioning my own sanity. Had my wife, Emma, used the card by accident? Was I hacked? As I logged off, Sophie messaged me, all saccharine. "Waiting for our Monday check-in, Liam. Everything okay?" I said we'd reschedule. Something had come up. Her reply chilled me. "Oh, will you be in tomorrow?" I frowned. Why wouldn't I be? She typed, "No reason," with a smiley, then went offline. Her smugness hit me like a brick. Something was off. Still reeling from David's grilling, I spent hours calling Emma, Adobe, and Uber Eats. retracing account steps. Emma hadn't touched the card. Adobe confirmed the account was tied to liamroll3 at ourdomain.com, created recently. Uber Eats gave me a delivery address in Manchester, not some dark web hacker's lair. My suspicion grew. Someone local was behind this. I don't jump to conclusions, but Sophie's grin haunted me. On a hunch, I pulled her employee file and checked her address. I dropped a pin on Google Maps, then compared it to the Uber Eats delivery spot. It was the corner of her bloody street. Fury surged. She'd framed me, using the company card and a fake email to make it look like I'd stolen funds. I stayed late, roping in our IT guy, Josh, who owed me a favor. I need access to Sophie's laptop, I said. He hesitated but complied, logging me in after hours. There, under her account settings, was liam.roll3 at ourdomain.com, saved in her browser. She'd been clever, using the office IP to mask her tracks, delivering food near her flat, not to it. But saving passwords on a work computer? Rookie mistake. I called David that night, Josh on the line, to confirm I hadn't planted anything. Sophie's behind the card charges, I said, laying out the email, the address, the browser evidence. David was silent, then come in early tomorrow. I barely slept, adrenaline pumping. The next morning, David called Sophie into his office. I waited in the hall, sipping tea, heart racing. Her meeting lasted 20 minutes. When she emerged, teary and red-faced, David followed, grim. "Clear your desk." He said she'd been fired on the spot, no severance, no mercy. As she grabbed her things, sobbing, I stood there, tea in hand, meeting her eyes. She glared, but I just sipped, letting her feel the weight of her failure. It was the sweetest cold tea I'd ever tasted. Before leaving, I had one last move. I ordered Uber Eats, Wendy's, her favorite from the charges, to her flat street corner, paid with my personal card. A little goodbye gift. I hope she saw it, a reminder of her own undoing. David apologized later, admitting he doubted me. "You're solid, Liam," he said. "We were good when I left in October for a better job." Sophie never apologized, never reached out. I didn't press charges. Too much hassle. But her career took a hit. Last I heard, she was bouncing between temp gigs. Her reputation toast. Looking back, that meeting with David was hell, my job and sanity on the line. Sophie thought she could frame me, tank my career, and waltz away. She underestimated me. I used her sloppy tracks, Uber Eats, saved passwords, to unravel her lies. Standing in that hall, watching her cry as she left, was pure victory. She wanted to play dirty, but I played smarter. Her ambition was bigger than her ethics, and I made sure it cost her everything. Revenge and justice? Damn right they're the same sometimes. Thanks, Sophie. You taught me to trust my gut and win. What do you think of my takedown? Share your thoughts in the comments. I want to know how you'd have handled a schemer like Sophie.